Well, this is just in time for St. Patrick's Day, actually, and I didn't even realize that. This is Parmesan mashed potato cake with garlicky sour cream sauce. And very easy to make, very delicious. Kind of let that sour cream sauce melt a bit on there some more. Oh, yes. And then take a piece. And come here. Oh, yeah, the sour cream sauce and the potato cake just go together absolutely perfectly. Let's go to the kitchen and make some right now. All right, so here's the ingredients for our cakes. Later on, we'll make the sauce. First of all, across the front here, we've got 2 eggs. We got a 1/4 cup of butter. We have a 1/4 cup of minced green onion. That's basically one big stalk of green onion all minced up. And then 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Now across the back here, the potatoes. That is 2 pounds or 900 grams of potatoes, which have been scrubbed clean. Now you can peel them if you like. I like a little bit of peel in there, just gives it a bit more rustic feeling. And I've cut these to maybe a thickness or size of about 3/4 inch or 20 millimeters. And this way it's going to cook evenly. And then here I've got 1 ounce or 30 grams of Parmesan cheese grated and 1/2 cup of flour. Now in our big pot here, I've got water coming to a boil right now. Perfect timing. So what we're going to do now, add in the potatoes. Carefully, don't want to splash ourselves with hot water. Okay, there we go. All right. I'm going to boil those potatoes for 15 minutes, and then we're going to take them off the heat and mash them. So, see you back here. Actually, see you back here shortly because we're going to make the sauce right now. All right, while that potatoes are boiling, let's make the sour cream sauce. So what I've got here, I've got 3/4 cup of sour cream. I've got 1 clove of garlic crushed. I've got a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Now all we're gonna do, mix those together. So in goes the garlic, salt and pepper, and then just mix it in. That sour cream is a little stiff still. We'll get it going. There we go. Well, that finally died. Alright. I've broken 2 of those so far. I guess they're just not as strong as they look. They don't even look that strong, actually. Alright, so there. That's looking pretty well even as we're going to get with our broken mini spatula. Alright, let's see if we can get that in. What I want to do now is just want to move this into a nice little serving dish so we can put that out on the table along with potato cakes when they're done. That's going to look really nice. So in we go. Alright, well there we go. About as well as we're going to do with this broken old guy. But we got a nice little pot of sour cream sauce now. So now all we do, wait for those potatoes to cook. Alright, that's been 15 minutes boiling. I've drained the potatoes. We've still got the pot here, still nice and hot. I'm going to return the potatoes to that pot and add the butter. So that heat's going to melt that butter. And then what we're going to do, well, it's probably easier to mash potatoes here on the counter. It tends to move around a lot on there. So just going to take an old potato masher and just mash away until I've got pretty well smooth mashed potatoes. And the butter's starting to melt. It's going to mix in there. All right, that's looking pretty good. If I got a couple of lumps there, that's not going to matter. It's just going to add extra texture to our cakes. So, get all this off of here. All right. Now it's going to mix around because the butter in some places is still around the outside. I'll make sure it's mixed into the potatoes. Okay, well, that's smelling really good. All right, now just start adding stuff. In goes the green onions, the salt. Mix that in there. I want those green onions spread out throughout. Then, let's get the Parmesan in there. That's going to melt from the heat. Start mixing that in. Now, before I add the flour, I want to get the eggs in there, because if I add the flour, it's going to thicken up a little bit too much. It's going to get really hard to stir. So, I'm going to get the eggs in there and start stirring right away, because I don't want the eggs to cook. I want them to blend in first. So there goes one. There goes the other. And then start mixing and beating. And now it's getting much more liquid again. I just want to kind of give it a fast whip around like this, just to get it all mixed in there nice. Oh, that is looking good. Just nice and smooth now. That looks delicious. And then in goes the flour. Just kind of spread that around in there a bit. And again, mix that in. That's going to make it bind, so now we can start making cakes out of this. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Now, we've got a frying pan here. We get that on here. And I've got more butter here. Now, I use about a quarter cup of butter, but it's up to you how much you use exactly. All you want is you want some butter for frying the potato cakes in. So what I'm going to do now, turn this on, medium heat. I'm going to add basically a tablespoon of butter. And move that around until it's melted. All right, butter's basically melted. Now what I'm going to do is take spoonfuls. I want to take anywhere between a quarter and a third of a cup of the mixture. Put that in there. It's probably a little more, but that's okay. We're not going to be fussy on the size of these. We can do about 3 of them in this first batch. Now what you want to do is pat them down until they're about, half an inch to 3/4 inch thick. So about 12 to 20 millimeters thick. Oh, let's get you over there. Get a nice shape, so we can keep a bit round. Oh, this is going to be so good. Haven't had these for a while. They are delicious. All right, this first batch, I'm going to let that cook about 4 to 5 minutes. It's going to get nice and golden on the outside, and then we're going to flip them. See you back here in about 4 to 5 minutes. All right, so it's been about 5 minutes. Going to flip them over. Oh, look at that. Beautiful color. All right, now another 4 to 5 minutes, and these will be ready to go. All right, so they've been cooking for just about 5 minutes on the second side. So now I'm just going to take them off. I'm going to put them in a little tray I've got here, because what I'm going to do, keep them warm in an oven. So you can just put them in a warming oven, keep them warm until you've cooked all the whole batch. Now I'm going to add a little bit more butter. Probably don't need the whole tablespoon of butter this time, because there's still some butter left in there. Add that and make another batch. So see you back here I've cooked them all. Now, if you like this recipe, stick around. There's a lot more original Kevin Riley Kuma's Kitchen recipes here on the YouTube channel. And also, make sure that you subscribe because there's a new one coming out every Monday and you don't want to miss any of those. And if you're not yet a patron of Kuma's Kitchen, well, consider becoming one because for as little as $3 a month, you can help support the creation of these recipe videos, these original recipes. And you get access to all the cool stuff that the other patrons have access to right now. So, make these delicious potato pancakes and make cooking fun again with Kuma's Kitchen.